Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. If you are new here, this is Divine Guidance, a sacred space where we explore life, love, spirituality, and the law of attraction. Today's message is an energy update and intuitive reading for our collective. So let's gently tune in and see what wants to come through. As I shuffle the Energy Oracle deck, I want to remind you that engaging with the reading through intention, presence, or even simple actions like liking or subscribing helps create an energetic bridge. That connection allows messages to come through with more clarity and precisely for those who are meant to receive them. And if you are new, thank you for being here. We will be going deep into the energy today. The first card appearing is the contact card, upright, alongside the heart chakra reversed. This immediately tells me that someone you are energetically connected to is holding back what they truly feel. Their heart is guarded, not because they don't feel, but because they are entangled in a karmic agreement or cycle that hasn't yet been resolved. What's really standing out to me on this card is the blindfold. The energy suggests that this karmic situation is blinding them in some way. They are caught in a pattern that prevents them from seeing clearly, especially when it comes to their own emotions. As a result, they are suppressing what their heart is trying to express. Let's look a little deeper into who this person is. With the thinking man card appearing upright, this feels like a strong masculine energy for many of you. And just as a reminder, masculine and feminine refer to energetic dynamics, not gender. This is someone who is very much in their head, highly analytical, overthinking, mentally active, but emotionally blocked. What's important here is that this heart blockage is sitting over the throat chakra, which tells me this is directly affecting communication. This person may struggle to express themselves honestly or emotionally right now. They may want to speak, but they can't access the words because they are not fully connected to their heart. In the physical world, this could look like silence, mixed signals, or communication that feels detached or overly intellectual. They are thinking instead of feeling, and the karmic cycle they are in is reinforcing that pattern. Now, here's where it gets interesting. On the crown chakra, we have deceit reversed. This indicates that a truth is trying to come to the surface. Something is being revealed, not necessarily externally, but internally. The placement on the crown chakra suggests that their higher self, their guides, or their spiritual awareness is actively trying to break through to their conscious mind. On a soul level, they know the truth, but on a 3D level, they are resisting it. There is a disconnect here between higher knowing and lived action. Their intuition is awake, but their ego or karmic entanglement is still trying to maintain control. This inner conflict is exactly what's creating the block emotionally, energetically, and communicatively. This person is not unaware, they are conflicted, and that conflict is very much tied to you. Let's look deeper into the truth that's beginning to surface for this person. The next card coming through is Adjacent Possibilities upright. This immediately tells me that a new timeline is opening up for them. There is an alternative path, an option, or an opportunity being placed in front of them, something they are being guided not to ignore. Their higher self and spirit guides are actively trying to redirect their awareness, encouraging them to see beyond the reality they have been stuck in. However, the reason this message hasn't fully landed yet is revealed through man holding a coin reversed, which is sitting on the root chakra. This indicates that they are currently anchored in a lower vibrational state, overly focused on survival, security, material concerns, or external validation. Because of this, they have been disconnected from their inner guidance. Their attention is locked into the physical world, making it difficult for them to hear the quieter voice of their higher self. What's important here is that I'm strongly sensing external influences. There may be people, environments, routines, or responsibilities in their current physical surroundings that are actively keeping them in this tense energy. These influences are distracting them from their true power and from the truth that's trying to rise to the surface. This is where adjacent possibilities becomes key again, because I see a significant shift in environment approaching. This feels big, a change in surroundings that's almost unavoidable. For many of you, this could manifest as a move, a job change, a career shift, or the ending of a particular relationship or lifestyle pattern. It may even be a literal relocation. Whatever form it takes, this environmental shift is not random. It's designed to remove the noise, to clear away the external factors that have been clouding their awareness. Once this happens, it becomes much easier for them to finally hear their inner voice and consciously recognize the truth their spirit team has been trying to show them all along. As always, take this in the way that resonates. Sometimes these messages reflect an external person, and other times they mirror something within your own inner landscape. Now, another important layer is revealed through envy upright. This person is experiencing a deep sense of dissatisfaction. There is an inner emptiness they can't quite explain. They may not consciously know why they feel unfulfilled, but they are increasingly aware that something is missing. This feeling is coming from a long period of emotional suppression. They have been ignoring their heart, blocking off what they truly feel, and living in a way that isn't aligned with their authentic desires. That growing sense of lack isn't about wanting what others have, it's about realizing they have been disconnected from themselves. On a soul level, they know it. They just haven't fully faced it yet. And that awareness, though uncomfortable, is part of the awakening that's now underway. With that intention set, I'm now tuning into what this person has been holding back emotionally. What's really sitting in their heart that they have been avoiding. For this, I'm guided to shift into the traditional tarot. The first card that appears is the Ten of Swords, upright. This immediately speaks of an ending, something that has reached its final point. There is a strong sense here that a chapter in this person's life has already closed on a soul level, even if they haven't fully accepted it emotionally yet. This could involve a relationship, a situation, or a path they have been on that no longer has any life in it. What I'm sensing is that their heart already knows this is over, but instead of allowing the ending, they have been clinging to it, holding on past its natural expiration. One of the truths being revealed to them now is that this cycle has truly completed, and continuing to hold on is only creating pain for him. Next, we have the Nine of Wands. I keep hearing the phrase hanging on by a thread. This feels like emotional exhaustion. It's as though they are using the last of their energy to keep something alive that's already fading. For some of you, this may even involve another person who is energetically or physically attached, trying to hold on to their energy, consciously or unconsciously. This energy may also reflect something in your life. There could be a connection, situation, or dynamic that you already know has reached a dead end, at least for now, yet you still feel its presence around you. You may sense this through mental noise, third eye pressure, or emotional confusion, as if someone or something is still pulling at your energy, but your intuition has been clear. It's time to move on and make space for something new. And again, this doesn't have to be romantic. This could relate to work, lifestyle, belief systems, or old patterns that no longer align with who you are becoming. Now, what you or this person are truly meant to open up to is revealed through the King of Pentacles. This is the energy of maturity, stability, self-mastery, and grounded success. It represents someone who is focused on building a solid life, improving themselves, and creating long-term security emotionally, financially, and spiritually. If this reading is about an external person connected to you, it feels like they have been delaying their own growth by holding on to something outdated. They are being called now to release that old attachment, step into a new timeline, reconnect with their heart, and rise into a more empowered version of themselves. And if this message is reflecting something within you, the guidance is the same. Release what has run its course, trust the ending, and allow yourself to move toward what offers true stability and alignment. What's waiting on the other side of this ending isn't loss, it's growth, grounding, and a much stronger foundation for the future. What I'm feeling very clearly is that this person has been avoiding a certain level of deep self reflection, not because they don't sense it's needed, but because on some level they already know what they will uncover. They are aware subconsciously that what they have been holding on to has reached its limit. That phase, situation, or connection has already completed its purpose, at least for now, and with that realization comes the knowing that something new is waiting, a new direction, a new opportunity, a new chapter that could be related to love, work, lifestyle, or simply a shift in energy. As I reshuffle and ask what else you need to know right now, three cards come through: the Star reversed, King of Swords reversed, and Eight of Wands upright. This tells a very clear story. There is someone connected to you who has been blocking their heart because they have slipped into a pessimistic mindset. Past disappointments or experiences have made them cautious, even doubtful about hope, healing, or the potential of this connection. They have been stuck in a repetitive, monotonous loop in their life where things feel predictable but uninspiring, and then you entered the picture. Something about your energy disrupts that loop. You don't fit neatly into their existing worldview. You feel unexpected, unusual, even unreal to them, like something that shouldn't exist within the reality they have been living. It's almost as if you are a glitch in their system, a reminder that more is possible than what they have been settling for. On a soul level, you represent an opening to a higher timeline for them, a doorway into a different way of living, loving, and being. But because of old wounds, they have been hesitant to step through that door. Instead, they retreat into overthinking, emotional guarding, and focus on what could go wrong rather than what could go right. This is where the heart walls come in. Rather than trusting what they feel, they let past experiences dictate how open they are willing to be now. And yet, a big reason you have crossed paths with this person is to model something different, to show them what it looks like to lead with the heart, even when it feels vulnerable. This connection isn't just about romance, you are teaching them how to take heart led risks, how to follow intuition instead of fear, how to release what's familiar but stagnant, and step into the unknown with courage. Their hesitation hasn't only affected their love life, it has influenced their career, their sense of purpose, and the way they move through life overall. That's how they ended up feeling stuck in the same cycle for so long. Their soul has been craving change, craving expansion, and on a spiritual level, it called you in as a catalyst. Now that you are here, though, that old caution is resurfacing. The very thing they asked for is now challenging them to grow, and growth for them means letting go of control, trusting again, and choosing movement over stagnation. With the Eight of Wands upright, the message is clear: momentum is building. Whether they resist it or not, change is in motion. The question isn't if things will shift, it's how willing they will be to meet that shift with an open heart. With the Knight of Swords reversed, a very clear message is coming through. If this person continues to stay silent, they risk losing a genuine opportunity with you. The door is open, but it won't remain open forever. You are energetically holding space for them to step forward, to speak honestly, and to express what they truly feel. You are not unaware of their inner struggle. In fact, you have sensed how conflicted they are, how fear and doubt have been slowing their progress, even leading to self-sabotage at times. But what's important now is that your own guides have stepped in. You are being guided not to intervene anymore on behalf of someone who must face their own fears and choose courage for themselves. In the past, you may have acted as the bridge. When you felt a spiritual pull or sensed potential with a masculine, you might have been the one to initiate, to soften the path, to make communication easier. You led with understanding and intuition, but in this situation, that phase is over. The training wheels are off. You are now meant to simply hold the space, allowing others to rise to the occasion, to step forward on their own, to follow their own inner guidance and demonstrate through real action and real words how they feel about you. You are no longer meant to carry that role for them. With the Eight of Wands upright, I strongly sense an upcoming tipping point. This person is receiving intense energetic and psychic signals connected to you. There is a soul level bond here, and their higher self, along with their guides, is persistently nudging them toward action, toward movement, toward communication. What I see is a shift from stagnation to sudden momentum. One moment, they are stuck in that familiar cycle of hesitation and cynicism, and the next, something snaps into place. When that happens, their response may be fast, direct, and even surprising to you. It could feel spontaneous, unexpected, or completely out of the blue. As I reshuffle to understand what triggers this breakthrough, regret reversed appears. This is powerful. What pushes them into action is the realization that silence would haunt them far more than vulnerability ever could. They are beginning to understand that if they don't speak now, if they don't act now, they may carry that regret for the rest of their life. I'm hearing the phrase once in a lifetime. That's how they are starting to view this opportunity, or soon will. Alongside this, potential reversed shows up. This tells me that they are becoming acutely aware of just how much potential exists between the two of you, spiritually, energetically, emotionally. The idea of letting that go unsettles them deeply, and that realization, the magnitude of what cost be lost, is what finally pushes them past fear and into movement. This is not about pressure, it's about awakening. They are reaching a point where choosing nothing feels more painful than choosing vulnerability, and that's when true actions begins. I keep hearing the phrase, this only comes one in a lifetime. Now I'm not saying that this has to be the ultimate truth of the situation for you, but this is very much how their conscious mind is beginning to perceive this connection. To them, this opportunity feels rare, significant, and not easily replaceable, and that realization is what starts pushing them toward taking swift action to finally explore what this connection could become. We also have the energy of appreciation coming through strongly, and this feels like an important message for you. If you are hoping for communication or movement from this person, it's essential to remain anchored in appreciation rather than allowing their pessimism, fear, or cynicism to affect your own vibration. This doesn't just mean appreciating the connection or the positive qualities in this person, it also means appreciating yourself. Staying rooted in self-appreciation is an act of self-love, and that frequency is incredibly magnetic. It keeps the energetic door open without forcing anything. That grounded appreciation is actually what helps draw this person through their tipping point moment, the moment where hesitation gives way to action. Now, as I reshuffle to look into how they will show up when they finally do communicate, the angel of strength reversed appears. This tells me that when they reach out, it won't be from a place of bravado or emotional armor. Instead, they let go of the need to appear invulnerable, distant, or overly composed. Their walls begin to come down. I see vulnerability here. This card is positioned between the throat chakra and the third eye, which feels very significant. It suggests a merging of inner truth and expression. They are not only realizing what they feel, they are choosing to speak it. They are following an intuitive push rather than suppressing it. What's driving this shift is the psychic, soul level bond between the two of you. This connection isn't just emotional, it's energetic, and on their side, especially, it feels rare. You live very authentically, with an open heart, and because of that, you naturally encounter meaningful soul connections throughout your life, romantic, platonic, even brief encounters. You tend to meet people who share a similar soul frequency, members of your soul group or soul family, but this person's experience has been very different. They tend to oscillate between opening up slightly and then closing down again out of fear. Because of that pattern, they haven't had many deep soul level connections in this lifetime, and that's why this bond feels so intense and unfamiliar to them. It stands out. It doesn't fit into their past experiences. That contrast is exactly what's shaking them awake. This connection is showing them what they have been missing, and once that realization lands fully, it becomes very difficult for them to remain silent. For this person, you truly feel rare, almost irreplaceable. That's because they have spent so much time moving back and forth between vulnerability and emotional shutdown. Opening their heart doesn't come easily to them, and yet the reason this connection formed at all is because you have been unwavering in your authenticity. Your energy is steady, grounded, clear. It's like a constant magnetic broadcast of truth. In a moment when this person briefly lowered their defenses just enough, that signal reached them, and in that opening, the bond between you was created. If you had been fluctuating the same way they were, unsure, guarded, inconsistent, this connection likely would never have manifested consciously, but because you remain deeply anchored in your inner self, you became a stable point of resonance. This is also why you tend to attract many soul connections in your life. You are consistently aligned with your heart, and because of that, you draw in people from your soul family. However, not everyone in your soul family is consistently aligned with themselves. So, what happens is this natural rhythm of attraction and retreat. Some people are able to meet you fully, heart open, present, aware, and other times, when they close themselves off again, they drift out of your physical life. This can feel confusing, especially when the soul bond itself never truly disappears. Energetically, the connection remains strong, even if the 3D presence comes and goes. And this pattern can make relationships feel complicated for you because you can sense the depth that could exist even when the other person isn't capable of holding it consistently. What's beautiful here is the surrender you have been learning. Rather than clinging, chasing, or trying to force permanence in the physical world, you have been practicing trust, trusting the ebb and flow, allowing connection when it's aligned and releasing it when it's not. You have been choosing to focus on keeping your heart open, your vibration clear, and your authenticity intact. And then, from that place, you simply observe who can meet you where you are, when can they meet you, and under what conditions are they able to show up. This is not detachment born from fear, it's discernment born from wisdom. You are learning that your role is not to dim, adjust, or chase connection, but to remain rooted in truth, and those who are ready will find you there. I know I went slightly off on a tangent there, but it feels like an important message for someone who needed to hear it. Now, coming back into the cards, we have broken heart reversed and rest and rejuvenation reversed. This tells me that this person has been feeling intensely restless on a spiritual level when it comes to you. This restlessness feels amplified, almost overwhelming, and because there is a strong energetic and telepathic link between you, it's very likely you have been sensing this too. If you have experienced sudden waves of restlessness, difficulty sleeping, waking up in the middle of the night, or an unusual sense of urgency tied to this connection, especially if that's not your normal state, that's important. You are typically someone who is calm, surrendered, and grounded. So, if this situation has felt oddly disruptive to your peace, it's likely because you are picking up on their energy, their inner agitation, their desire to reach out, to connect, to say something they have been holding back. With broken heart reversed, I see that this person allowing themselves to feel this vulnerability is actually part of their healing. Opening up to you, even internally, is helping them repair wounds from past experiences that caused them to shut down emotionally. That guardedness didn't come from nowhere, it was built as protection. What has made this especially difficult for them is that they do know what they want, but they are afraid of wanting it too much, afraid of not being able to sustain it, afraid of losing it once they let themselves fully acknowledge it. This is where the happy family card comes in. On a conscious level, they are beginning to admit to themselves that they want something real, stable, and long term, not fleeting, not casual, something harmonious and meaningful. And yes, this desire is connected to you. With Angel of Balance reversed, though it's clear that these feelings are throwing them off center. Wanting this future so deeply is unsettling for them. It's pulling them out of emotional equilibrium, and that imbalance is actually why the caution and guardedness increased. My guides are making something very clear here. If this connection felt lighter or less significant, they would have had less trouble staying present, communicating, and showing up. The irony is that the depth of what they feel is what made them hesitate, because when something matters this much, it triggers old wounds, fear around loss, abandonment, or not being good enough to maintain something precious. So at times, instead of leaning in, they pull back. Instead of expressing desire, they create distance. Instead of warmth, they may appear cold, not because they don't care, but because they care so deeply that it scares them. What's happening now is that those old hurt wounds are being activated for healing. This connection is forcing them to confront their fear of wanting something real and whether they believe they are capable of holding it. With deceit reversed, we have a very clear answer to the question we asked earlier about communication, and the answer is a strong yes. The energy here shows honesty rising to the surface. This masculine is no longer able to suppress what's true for them. What's been hidden, denied, or pushed down is now ready to be expressed. I'm seeing open, heart led communication coming through. This feels sincere, vulnerable, and transparent, not surface level or guarded. When they speak, it comes from a place of truth rather than fear. Whatever they have been holding back, whatever they are struggled to admit even to themselves, is finally finding a voice. This isn't forced, it's a release, and it feels aligned with healing for them and for the connection as a whole. I'm going to gently close this reading here. Thank you for allowing me to tune into your energy and share these messages with you. I'm sending you so much love, light, and grounding energy as you move forward. Take care of your heart, trust your intuition, and honor your path. I'll connect with you again very soon in the next reading. Thank you so much for today.